What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Savvy Show, and today we got another SCP reaction to SCP-1007, Mr. Life and Mr. Death. So far I'm enjoying these SCP videos. They're pretty dope. They're similar to like other just, scary stories, but it's like a whole niche in itself. And like I said before, it's so crazy that I haven't dived deep into these, but it's honestly perfect because there's so much I could get caught up on, and I want to bring a lot to the channel. So please, if you guys enjoying SCP videos and you guys are loving this kind of content, remember to smash that like button, join the family. Really helps the channel grow, and it takes less than a second to smash that like button, and also sub to the channel too. This is a fresh channel, and I love you guys' support, especially if you love the content I'm dishing out for you guys. And let me know in the comment section below as well about your favorite SCPs, and I could check them out in the future. So with that all out the way, let's get this show started. Alright, SCP-1007, Mr. Life and Mr. Death. This is interesting. Interesting title. Let's hopefully it's a good one. Let's get it.
A man is sitting in a chair inside a containment cell at the SCP Foundation. The man is dressed normally, and he isn't trying to escape or attack the researchers who are observing him. The only thing that makes this man different from you or I is that he ages right in front of us, going from a teenager to an old man in a matter of minutes. At first glance, SCP-1007
Reverse Benjamin Button, per se. But at a faster rate, obviously. But damn, this seems stressful.
07 looks very normal. Just a corpse lying in a standard coffin. Well, the corpse of an old man in a coffin being kept locked up in a containment chamber is normal when compared to some of the other strange anomalies that are found in the SCP Foundation's archive.
We'll raise this up for you guys a little bit. Right.
Inside the coffin with SCP-1007 is a small metal key, and this is quite literally the key to seeing what makes this anomaly so special. On SCP-1007's back, between his shoulder blades, is a small keyhole. X-ray scans of 1007 have shown that the keyhole is just an empty socket.
Okay, I thought he was a human, but I guess not. He just looks like a human. He has a keyhole in his freaking spine. What the hell?
It's unconnected to anything. There's no internal clockwork mechanisms or other machinery that should be able to be activated by a key. When the metal key that is kept in SCP-1007's coffin, classified as SCP-1007-1, is inserted into the keyhole on 1007's back and turned, something truly incredible happens.
Let's see it.
As the key is turned, SCP-1007 undergoes a change unlike anything the SCP Foundation has seen before. With each turn of the key, the subject's physical age is reversed by 1 full year. Foundation researchers are able to watch 1007 age in reverse in real time. Even any decay that had set in on the corpse is completely reversed and disappears as the key is wound and 1007 gets younger and younger. As the key is turned, 1007 will continue to de-age, physically compacting and shrinking down until it appears to have the form of a newborn human child.
Wait. So what if he just goes all the way and he just disappears? Is that possible? Because the keyhole should still be there. What the heck?
It's unknown where the physical mass of 1007's body goes to, since this should defy the laws of physics.
Yeah.
But those laws we assume to be a bedrock of our universe's reality are often more of a suggestion when it comes to anomalies the SCP Foundation deals with. Once SCP-1007 reaches the newborn baby stage, it will suddenly reactivate, coming to life immediately, regardless of how long it has been dead and lying in its coffin.
Oh, wow.
Once 1007 is brought back to life, he will go through the entire human life cycle within a 75-minute period, experiencing what looks to be approximately 1 year
75
of normal human
minutes?
growth and development for every minute that passes. That means that in the course of about 16 minutes, researchers will see SCP-1007 change from a crying infant to a fully grown teenager. As you can imagine, the subject has reported feeling excruciating pain during these first few minutes, as his bones rapidly lengthen and expand.
Oh my god.
His muscles develop and change.
Bro, this is more sad and depressing than scary. Like, this dude's grown at that rate. Oh, bro, oh my god, your body just I could just feel if I was in that position, I could just imagine my body just ripping apart, like growing, like my legs, my knees, everything. Yo. And he has to do this every 75 minutes, a whole life cycle, and it just restarts again and again. Oh my God. That's too much.
SCP-1007 is able to watch with his young eyes as his bones move and set themselves into place, lengthening and widening in seconds during growth spurts that normally take months or years. After about 5 minutes, provided his legs have grown to the same length at the same time, he's usually able to prop himself up and stand. At around 10 minutes, the pain really starts. The bones crack and ache as they grow at their fastest for the whole cycle.
Oh my God.
Hair will also grow on his face and body, and he can't help but feel some amount of shame and embarrassment.
Bro, I can't imagine. I think the worst, well, the bones like itself would be pretty bad, but like imagine like the teeth. Because you're not waiting for like the teeth to fall out. Like the adult teeth is taking place of the baby teeth. So it's just like pushing it out. Oh my God. Ah, yo, that's too much. That's way too much.
At what's happening to him in front of the Foundation researchers, who are taking copious notes. By 20 minutes, he can hardly think due to the pain. At this point, he usually lies down and curls into a ball, whispering to himself that it will all be over soon, that the pain won't last forever. After another 10 minutes, he's right. The pain has almost stopped completely by the 30-minute mark.
Thank God.
And now, as wrinkles and stretch marks start to set in, a different kind of pain reveals itself, as SCP-1007 realizes that he must watch himself die. 40 minutes in, and he starts to reflect on his past, the life he was forced to lead as a kind of sideshow freak. More on that later, though.
Wait, yeah, more on that later, because that doesn't make any sense. When he dies, does that mean he has all his memories of his past? When he dies, does that mean he has all his memories of his past life? Or is this a whole new body with the whole new brain and whole new memories? Because if that's the case, he should just have this memory of being in this white room looking at scientists taking notes in front of him being naked. Like, he shouldn't be remembering any past history about him being a sideshow freak. But if that's, hopefully they go into that, which they should, because they just said that.
It happens faster now. Warts and moles and other marks of age appearing on his skin. After 50 minutes, he is aware that over half of his life has passed, and he is reaching the end. His hair starts to fall out, as do his teeth, which he's never actually been able to use, as he's never tasted food. As the 60-minute mark comes and goes...
Hey, at least you don't have to worry about cavities. That's a whole nother pain in itself, just being honest. I know it's not as bad as what he's been going through, but yo, it could be worse.
Begins to feel grateful for the coming end, with the escape from pain and the rest it would bring. His body has become very wrinkled by this point, and is covered with age spots. His eyes begin to cloud, severely limiting his ability to see, and his hearing gets weaker and weaker until he can't comprehend anything the researchers say. At 75 minutes, it's all over. SCP-1007's body expires, and he dies once again. He will remain as a corpse until the metal key is inserted into his back, and the whole process starts once again.
Wait, okay, this is fine. They should just put him to rest. These guys are messed up. Putting that key back into him and just resetting it over and over and over and over and over again. This guy doesn't want to live this life. These guys are messed up.
It says there appears to be no explanation for where the mass of SCP-1007's body goes as the key is wound during the reversal process. So too is there no explanation for where the energy needed for his rapid growth comes from. This process should violate the first law of thermodynamics, and Foundation researchers are very curious about the underlying process. The one constant that remains on SCP-1007's body is a small tattoo on his right calf, where the
Mr. Life and Death from Little Miss by They really did that? Bro.
words Mr. Life and Mr. Death from Little Misters by Dr. Wondertainment appear. This matches up with entry number 11 on document SCP-1009, which lists a total of 20 Little Misters. SCP-1007 was recovered by Task Force Tau-6 during a raid on a mansion in California, along with several other anomalous creatures and objects. The owner of the mansion claimed that he acquired SCP-1007 at an auction hosted by Marshall, Carter, and Dark Limited. Marshall, Carter, and Dark Limited is a club based in London, England, that is famed for collecting and selling what it would describe as rare and obscure objects. Unfortunately,
A human's an object? What kind of world are they living in? Like, what? An object for real? I can understand rare, but like you just sell them off like slaves? Goddamn.
Fortunately, this often includes various anomalies that should be under the care of the SCP Foundation. And the club's mission to provide its members with exclusive, expensive, and rare experiences means that they're often in conflict with the Foundation, and they have even been responsible for several containment breaches.
Wow.
Marshall Carter and Dark Limited continues to be a very secretive organization, and the name of the director and a list of its members have so far been very difficult to obtain. At the auction they hosted, where SCP-1007 was offered for sale, there were apparently, along with Mr. Life and Death, at least 4 other Misters for sale, though the identity of the other buyers and which little Misters they may have purchased is still under investigation.
What?
The fact that SCP-1007 has the name Mr. Life and Mr. Death seems to imply that he may have originally been part of a set, though this counterpart Little Mister has yet to be recovered or even identified. In interviews with SCP-1007, he has given his own personal theory that he embodies both names, and the designation is a reference to the way he alternates between life and death. However,
that makes
the
sense.
possibility still remains, though, that he may have a twin of sorts, and the Foundation continues to investigate its possible identity and location. SCP-1007's brief 75-minute life, followed by a death that lasts until he is rewound by a special key, means that he is easily contained and has been classified as safe.
He's not even dangerous.
He is activated during routine testing, and after experiencing death, he is to be placed back into his coffin along with the key.
And leave him
alone.
alone.
With current regulations for all anomalies that have been designated as Misters, SCP-1007 is to be contained in Hall 8 of Site 13 for additional observation and study.
Wow. Okay, so this is messed up. I was expecting it to be like something like really like cool, like wow, this guy's like maybe has like powers to like, you know, rewind people like because he's life and death or like a Grim Reaper type shit. But this is sad. This was like a sad one. This guy dies every 70 minutes and then they just they put the key in his back and they just do it all over again just to do testing. Like nothing changes. What do you guys have to test for? Like he's doing the same shit over and over again. Interesting because with all these SCPs so far, they're all tying along with other SCPs in the world. And this guy might have a twin. We might find that out later in another SCP that we dive deep in. But that'd be interesting. I wonder if SCPs, they will drop like Easter eggs like that, like and like another SCP, they'll talk about like this other character that has similar powers, and then we have to like, you know, put it together like, oh, that's his twin. I hope they have like little things like that, and like these stories align with other stories in a bigger way. So I hope that's the case with SCPs, but I enjoyed this even though it was pretty sad. It was interesting to see a different change of pace from the last one we reacted to. If you haven't seen that one, check it out on the channel. But yeah, if you guys like this reaction to SCP-1007, Mr. Life and Mr. Death, feel free to smash that like button. And also remember, smash the sub button and join the family. Fresh new channel, and I'd love to have you here. Grow the family even bigger. So with that all out the way, I hope you guys all have a blessed day or night wherever you guys are from. Also remember, turn on post notifications so you know exactly when I'm dropping more heat on The Savvy Show. So with that all out the way, hope you guys have a blessed day. Savvy signing off. With